Welcome to the Lifted Smoothie series. We have an epic guest today. We have one of the pioneers of Finnish superfood scene, so the real smoothie man, also known as the Mowgli of Finland, the man from the jungle, Olli Posti. Welcome.
Hi.
How are you today?
Yeah, pretty nice. I had a nice trip with Joni, and I was able to witness you guys making a really great video, so we try to do almost as good if we can.
Yeah, it's gonna be an epic one. So tell me a little bit about yourself. You're one of the reasons that we are also here, because you have inspired a lot of people in Finland towards healthy lifestyle and founding all these new ingredients, healthy ingredients in their lifestyle.
Yeah, so for me it basically began like 2002 when I was like in really bad shape with myself, and then sort of accidentally I started finally finding some principles that could actually make me healthier. Like first I tried to heal my diseases, heal my conditions, but then after all I realized that it's all about health, which is why we are here. And like after a while, like I could help my friends out also, and then I started spreading the message, and then I get really passionate also about not just the nutrition that I had been like really studying hardcore, but also like how do people actually learn, and how do we get interested in things? What are the things that really captivate us, and all of that. And so I'm really passionate about both things, and that's why I'm here, because what Lifted is doing is they're taking all these principles and these great products and messages, and they're really like teaching it in a really like effective and captivating way to the people. So that really inspires me, and I want to be a part of it a little bit here.
Beautiful. And I also think that you have been one of the most inspiring people for me, and one of the reasons, as I said, that we are also here today. Could you tell me a little bit about what inspires you today? What is the driver for you today?
Yes, well, of course I'm really passionate about all these like really good products, and I want to know all about them, and I love teaching this stuff. But what I really care about the most is great products, whether it's physical product like this, or info product, something that we can just speak here once and then it can spread even if we're sleeping or anything. So we can like kind of automatize the positive effect that we really want to have in this world, and that's my passion. So for example, if we make this video like really good, it can like really go beyond us in a way. So that's what really drives me. So that's why we're here.
Nice. And we have the message on the table laid out for us. And what are the secret ingredients, and what is this recipe about, firstly?
Yeah, well, firstly, we're gonna see what it's about. But the idea is that nowadays I want to be so energetic that I don't need any stimulation. And if I did get some stimulation, like for example a little bit coffee, I would actually feel bad because I have all the energy I need already. Even if I didn't sleep enough or anything like that. So basically, it can be done nowadays. Like we can do it all, and what we definitely need to do that is we definitely need all the tastes that are out there, because the tastes kind of signify different ingredients and different functions in the body and all of that. And that's how we used to make food. But nowadays it's kind of just there are some artificial additives, but there's no real taste. So we want to bring the taste back. There's nothing artificial here. So it's all like, if it tastes something, then it means that it has the nutrients that your body kind of expects to get from there. And so we'll basically start combining those like first. Well, anyway, maybe we can start making
Let's go ahead. You have a beautiful palette of different tastes coming up with this smoothie. So I'm really excited what it's gonna taste like, actually. So
yeah,
we start with the water.
Yeah.
Something special here, right?
Yeah, so in Finland they say that we have the best education, we have the best healthcare, we have the cleanest food, the cleanest nature, and we have the cleanest water. But still, we don't take all of that for granted. So we want to upgrade the quality and everything. That's how I healed myself, and that's what I'm passionate about teaching. So it's basic water, but it's filtered, and this is an easy filter. There are some like really high quality, very expensive filters. This is just like maybe 20, 30, 40 euros or something like that. And for me, it's good enough. It's better to have some kind of filter than to have nothing. So this is really applicable to use like anywhere.
Yeah, in the best case, spring water, of course, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So what's the first ingredient?
Okay.
After the water, of course.
Yeah, well, I just put this here according to the taste. So we'll start with the pungent one, like the kind of hot one. It usually has something to do with sulfur. And so this is actually cayenne pepper. I have this like huge. I ordered these big sacks, and then I fill these small ones. These are really handy. And I think this kind of peppery or hot taste, that's something that I want to have in every recipe because it's kind of it helps with the bioavailability and it's something that you want to have a little bit in there.
So Olli, we have the pungent flavor in the smoothie pitcher. What is the next one?
Yeah, so maca root, it's actually also pungent and it's also sulfur rich. So we'll put some of that also. It's a different kind of pungent, but it's still there.
So about a teaspoon or?
Yeah, teaspoon or tablespoon.
Yeah.
It's a matter of taste. And then this is the actual sulfur, organic sulfur, MSM. So we'll put some of that too.
Yeah.
It's also a taste that I want to have a little bit in everything, at least some kind of sulfur, and even MSM, even though it tastes bad, but even like cayenne pepper, if you eat it like that, it tastes bad, but it's a spice. So this is a spice for me actually, in a way, and it has some vitamin C, like amla berry or something in there. So that's kind of sour. So but we'll go to the sour. So these are the sea buckthorn berries, really high in vitamin C, vitamin E, all of like a lot of stuff, and we'll get some more sour in there. So now we have the pungent and the sour.
It's like a piling on top of each other, the ingredients. Yeah. So it's coming to the sweet end soon.
And salt is something that we usually don't have enough. Like we're told that salt is bad, but also we're usually told that fat is bad or sugar is bad, and like everything is kind of bad. So what should we eat? And then we just go to the supermarket and we just take whatever we used to take or whatever is advertised on the TV. So actually we can start eating the real taste again. Like salt is not dangerous. The sweet or the whatever is not dangerous. We need those all. They all have a function in our body and in all of the cuisines around the world. So let's put some salt. I usually like to put a lot of salt in things. And
what salt do you prefer?
Any kind of unrefined salt. It can. I prefer the kinds of salts that have some color. It can be any color. This is kind of a gray. I think gray sea salt or something. As long as it's unrefined, I'll use it. Let's put some more.
Okay, so a good amount of salt in the smoothie.
Yeah, and then now that we have the pungent and we have the sour and the salty, and then the bitter. Bitter is a taste also that we don't have nowadays, and you can get the bitter from coffee. That's probably coffee and chocolate are probably the only bitter taste that we use, but they are kind of stimulating. So I try to avoid that, and it doesn't really feel good nowadays for me. So I prefer the green ones. This is not like too bitter or anything, but it's kind of there, and it's something that, especially when I'm in the city, I feel like I need lots and lots of this. So I think it says on the package that you should put like maybe 1 teaspoon, but I'll just put like a lot.
A heavy user amount.
Yeah.
I also love some bitter in the morning. It kind of gets my engine going.
Yeah, and bitter is also a taste that also helps our digestion, as all the other tastes kind of also do. And but then, as Joni said previously, we need some sweetness. Like sometimes it's like, okay, I'm really healthy and I'm low carb and all of that, but also our digestion and all of that benefits from a little bit sweetness. Like when you go to the say eastern or southern countries or something, and you have a salty meal, you can actually taste the sweetness. Or sometimes you don't taste the sweetness, but you can see like, wow, they actually put some sweetness in there, and that's like. In Finland, it's like, do you want to eat salty or do you want to eat like the sweet dessert? But it's better to actually combine those. Sweet, sour, salty, those are really good together. If you don't put them together, then it's not really balanced. But now we're going to balance them. And also our body, like it needs carbs to make like mucus and all of that, keep things hydrated and all of that. So it's safer actually to have all the taste than to think that they are unsafe. So let's put some sweetness in there. And I met a friend, and he had been in Estonia, and he brought some like really special honey from there. Like people ask me a lot of times, what's your favorite superfood? And I usually say that it's probably something from the beehive. Not really the supermarket honey, but like the stuff that they take away from it when they filter it. So here's some of that stuff. There's honey in there, but there's also royal jelly, and then there's the perga, which is like the bee pollen, but it's fermented by the bees, and it's like really cool stuff.
Really anti-inflammatory stuff, right?
Yeah, and really
nutrient rich.
Yeah, really nutritious. So let's put some of this here. We can get some special going here.
Yeah. So this is not the everyday supermarket honey you have.
Yeah, and this also brings us to the principle that the less middlemen you have in your kind of food chain, the better you usually get, and also the cheaper, even though it doesn't look really cheap, but it's like you can get the kind of quality that you would, if it was in the supermarket, you would pay way too much, and then it's actually quite affordable. I think I paid 10 euros for this, but it's like the best it's better than any superfood in the market, basically. No offense to the others, but it's like you couldn't really sell this commercially because it would simply be too expensive. But if you cut the middleman, then you can have something as good as this. Mm-hmm. And then there's another honey from the mountains of Morocco, I think. A friend just went there, and this was maybe 10 years. He said that that was really like a special price for me. Yeah. So this would have been maybe more. And it's the guy he bought it from said that you should only use like a teaspoon a day maximum, or maybe half a teaspoon, because it's like so powerful. And,
nice.
And let's put a little bit of that in there also.
Yeah.
Okay. And I like the sharp kind of sweetness. Like banana, it's a really easy kind of sweetness, but when I make a smoothie, I like to have this kind of really strong, a little bit of the strong sweetness. I don't know how to describe it, but for example, like a very strong honey, it's really nice. And
a bit overwhelming even.
Yeah, but then you use it just like you would use anything strong. You put a little bit of it, and it gives some kind of kick in the taste. So it's nice. And so then after the sweet, we go to we kind of round it all up with the fat. So like if we leave the fat out, we're going to be hungry after maybe an hour or two. But if we get the fat in there, then we can really utilize this so that we get the energy, but we also get the time, and we also kind of get the flow that we're really looking for. This is not just about health. This is about success. This is about being able to do the things in the world that we're passionate about. And I don't want to be having to deal with food all the time. I want to make something that tastes really good, gives me some true energy without stimulation, without any crashes, and it actually frees me up for almost the rest of the day to do what I really care about and what I really live for. I don't really live to eat, even though I like eating a lot. I eat so that I can be freed from all of this and make something that really matters. So we got some MCT oil. Let's put maybe like a tablespoon. That's like really good, fast, but also kind of long-term energy. And I also like to put a little bit of coconut oil. Maybe a little bit more.
So it's definitely a smoothie that will keep you blossoming in the flow state of mind the whole day.
Yeah, that's all we want from all of this. Like,
only the best.
Yeah. And
different kind of fats, also the unsaturated ones.
Yeah, exactly. So I really believe in having the full spectrum of the fats in our diet. Like they all have their functions, and it's good to get like both ends of the spectrum, like the really hard ones and the soft ones and everything in between. And when we put fats and we put like water, then we want to mix those up. So we put some lecithin so that they blend together much better. So it's not like you have this layer of maybe water on the top, and then you have the fats there, and like this really helps them blend in a really smooth and creamy way. So maybe tea or tablespoon, something like that. And then talking about fats, I feel like to be able to really kick ass in the world, like Dave Asprey would say, I feel like I also need some amino acid for my brain. And usually we think that amino acids, proteins, they are for the muscles, but I definitely feel like they're for the brain. Like if I do something really hard thinking and that kind of stuff, or work on the computer, and I really want to keep going, usually the first thing that comes to mind is like, whoa, I need that really good protein source or something, so that I get the amino acids for the building blocks of the neurotransmitters and all of that. So this is kind of my favorite nowadays, gelatin.
How much do you use
collagen
per day usually?
Collagen. Collagen, it used to cost like maybe 500 euros a kilo, so you would have these special products, you could maybe use 1 or a couple grams a day. But nowadays this is the first one that's actually humanely priced, so you can actually use this kind of like it would be any kind of protein powder. So maybe I might use 10 or 20 grams a day. So let's just put it in there. It doesn't really taste like much, but I think it also gives a good texture or something. So let's see how it goes. I think we could use a bit more water. Yeah. Okay.
Special elixir coming up.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And we can taste it and see if we need to add something.
Yep.
Okay, so you can see the kind of the green and the avocado there.
Nice. So it's a green smoothie. That was the winning color here, the most strong color.
The green is what kind of gives me the energy that I don't get from stimulants.
Green is the color of the day, so Olli, shall we try it?
Yeah, we can try it.
Cheers.
Yeah, I feel like it's actually too salty,
but it's nice in a way. It's
in a
really
way,
like full flavor. It's a flavor of a lot of nutrients, definitely.
Yeah, and it's something that you can quite easily balance. Like for example, if there's too much salt, well, you just put a little bit more water and maybe the other half of the avocado.
So how will we fix this situation now?
Yeah, we'll fix it. So let's put
this back, right?
Well, if you want, yeah. And let's you can basically fix a lot of things with more fat and also with more honey, basically.
And this is what happens to everyone every now and then. So it's actually a really good example of how do you make it even more flavorful as you go, right? It's not about like getting the perfect taste at the first try.
Yeah, and what I really like about smoothies, I haven't really made them for a while a lot, but when I got my first blender and all of that, I would learn a lot every time I make, because like if you make a say pancake, you can't like taste it in the middle, and then if it's not good, you can't really fix it. If like you can't put it back in the oven. But here you can put it back in the oven anytime, and every time you do, your intuition gets better. Let's put maybe a little bit more water also.
A bit more water.
Just to kind of dilute the salt out.
I agree. Also, like when I make smoothies in the morning, it's a therapeutic process for me. It usually takes 10 to 15 minutes, and I just feel what's the day's mood like, and it keeps on developing, and it's
yeah, like how you get good at making good food. It's like you have these different tastes, and then you have a way to blend them fast, like you have here, and then you can just intuit that, hey, oh, okay, how does this taste, and how could I make it better? And then you're like, maybe add a little bit more this or that, and then you can try, and that's how you learn. Like you can't really replace that with books or recipes. That process, and that's what the blender really gives us.
Definitely. So we encourage you guys to try on different recipes, keep playing, act like a child, have fun with it. This definitely went in the right direction. Thank you all.
Exactly.
We will keep on enjoying. You guys have a great day.